Hey everybody, so this might be one of the most important legendaries in the game. Not because it does damage, but because it lets you do everything else more often. Abilities, ultimates, combos. This item fits it all. So let's break down Spirit Brew and why it's way stronger than it looks. So Spirit Brew is a legendary consumable in Legends. And instead of focusing on damage or control, this one is all about resource generation. Specifically, it helps you recover or generate spirit, which is what fuels your abilities and your ultimate. And that's important because in this game, your power doesn't just come from weapons, it comes from how often you can use your abilities. Okay, so what does this legendary actually do? And the legendary power, it says right here, hold down to consume sake. This grants 2 spirits, but drinking too much makes you drunk. So that's basically what it is. When you use it, you get 2 spirit points, and then the part where it makes you drunk, it just basically makes your screen a bit blurry, but it's really not that bad. Even if you drink 3 or 4 times in a row, it's the effect is barely noticeable. Now, for properties, I use Spirit Gain and Spirit Move damage, which for my build, I use this on the Samurai. This is perfect for that build because I use this specifically so that I can spam Spirit Moves. So it works out. Now, for the first property, you also have heal effects. So basically, when you heal for more. You can have more defense. And then on the second property, you have assassination damage. So you could actually use this on the mercenary or on the shinobi as well. You have status effect direction. You have thrown weapon damage. So this is a legendary you can use with most of the classes. So it's definitely recommended. As far as the perks, you have a few different options. You have Spirited, which gives you 1 more spirit. You have Bullet Defense, which allows you to block bullets just by pressing R1. You have Parry Heal, which makes it so that anytime you get a perfect parry, you get healed. It has Fire Master, which increases your fire damage. Healthy, which increases the healing that you do when you use spirit points. You can also get more ammo from pickups, and you can also add weaken to your headshots. So the idea here is pretty straightforward. You use Spirit Brew, you get Spirit back, and you keep your abilities going. That matters a lot because in longer fights or harder content, you're not always generating enough resources naturally. So instead of slowing down, this lets you stay active. You're not waiting, you're continuing your build. And this is where Spirit Brew really shines. First, consistency. Your build doesn't stall out, you can just keep using abilities when you need them. Second, you can sustain in longer fights. Instead of running out of resources, you can actually extend your pressure. And third, synergy. Anything that relies on abilities or spirit usage benefits from this. It doesn't boost one specific playstyle, it supports almost all of them. I've seen this used with the archer, with the mercenary, with the samurai, so it's really good. Now, of course, it's not perfect because first, it doesn't do anything on its own. It doesn't do any damage, it doesn't do any stagger, it doesn't do any control. It just gives you spirit. Second, it's only as good as your build because if you're not using your abilities, you're not getting much value. And third, it can feel underwhelming if you're expecting something flashy. Not only that, but every once in a while, you can be open to attacks while you're drinking and using this legendary. So, what is the best use for this legendary? I would say that since it's not about the item itself, it's about what it enables. If you're running something like a fast aggressive setup, you're constantly spending spirit. So, if you add Spirit Brew into that, you remove downtime. You keep your abilities flowing and your build stays active. This is especially good with weapons that keep you engaged, like fast melee setups. So instead of burst, wave, burst, you get a much smoother, more consistent flow. So overall, Spirit Brew is a consistency legendary. It's not flashy, but it makes your build smoother, more reliable, and more sustainable. So if your playstyle relies on abilities and staying active, this is absolutely worth using. But if you're looking for something that carries fights by itself, you won't feel it. This is a support piece for your build. It's not the main star. Okay, so this is it for this video. If you found it helpful in any way, please consider subscribing to my channel. If you like this video, send it to your friends. If you hated it, send it to your enemies. I will be uploading a lot more gaming content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.